here on KBLA Talk 1580. As a law school graduate and theologian with a firm grasp of our body politic given almost 2 decades in Congress, my show is the fresh new home of an authentic, uncompromised quest for transformation and salvation, both personal and collectively, as I vigorously interrogate the theological and symbolic meanings embedded in our society. I promise to leverage my knowledge of history, theology, and both international and domestic issues to imagine an inclusive vision for the future, which I hope will inspire all of us to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a given, not just an aspiration. So join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley for 2 hours of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
In the spiritual community, there's a lot of emotional repression disguised as spirituality. There are people that are just seeing the positive and are just in this I hear you place and I'm just about light and this thing. Well, inside of you might be some anger and shame and pain and rage, and it's just getting covered up by your spiritualness. It's getting covered up. And then you have these people that are like, that person has dark energy. That person has dark energy. Well, they only have dark energy to you because they're hitting in you what you don't want to look at. What are you saying? You're the light energy and they're all dark? Trust me, every single one of us has a ton of crap in our body that needs to be seen. All of us, every person, the spiritual teachers of the world, everything. All of us are sitting here feeling and hurting. And when we cover it up with just this optimism and this positive, there's a place where that's totally necessary, but there's also a place where it's complete repression. And it's repression disguised as spirituality, which makes you think it's fine. But just so you know, all emotions are welcome here.
Hey, man, that's Kyle Cease acting a complete fool yet again. Can I just give you guys a little secret? As, you know, I keep things quiet. I'll have certain understandings, and I won't say anything. Here's an understanding for you. The spiritually evolved person does not see distinctions, differences. They see one continuum of life. So the condescension that he spoke of in the clip, oh, what are you eating? Oh, that's terrible. You shouldn't be eating that. That's your diet? Oh, nothing but fried frog eyelashes for me. What? Right? You're still living like that? The spiritually evolved, they don't see distinction. Everyone is a child of source. Right? They don't, you understand? And Cease pointed out such a poignant point here, profound point. And that is, for many of us, we think the packaging and the languaging makes us healed. Oh, I'm spiritually articulate, while at the same time spiritually illiterate, because you haven't experienced what the articulation is trying to say. Oh, yeah. You say, wait a minute. Yeah, you're split. We're talking about it right now. Don't you know you are calling in your work? in the personage of your partner. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. Who are you calling unfaithful when you abandoned your own inner truth for years now? You cheat on your inner truth. There are things you do, there are feelings you have that you refuse to share with your significant other. Is that not cheating? And then when they cheat, you say, where did this come from? Yes, the truth of yourself, I'm going to repress that. The things I do to make myself feel good that my partner can't do, that I outsource, I'm not talking about any of that. You think because you haven't done it physically. Okay. But who are you calling unfaithful when you've abandoned your own inner truth for years? How many of you just, it's there because it's a structure and there's resources and it's predictable and it's controllable, but really it's not in alignment with your inner truth? Does that not make you a psycho-spiritual cheater? Oh, tonight's topic is on fire. Listen, I got an in-studio guest. I want to introduce my brother real quick before we get to the phone lines. I'm going to bring her on while you're here. John Gilbreth from Mountain View, Hawaii is in studio with us. He's been calling for years. And the brother came to a concert out here and was like, hey, Zoe, can I come through? I said, man, you family, come through, brother. John Gilbreth in the building. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, sir?
Greetings and blessings to all within the sound of my voice, as always. Blessings to all. Blessings to you, Zoe, for allowing me to be here.
Yeah.
But the heat I feel in this room right now.
What do you mean the heat, brother? What? Come on.
You're telling me on a simple fact that my McDonald's eating,
right,
versus you call it healthy, but your relationship is just like McDonald's eating?
Ooh, hold on. You eat clean, but your spirit eat dirty. Is that?
My Lord. This is some crazy stuff in here being worked out tonight, and I'm grateful. One, to be in the building, to have the fire turned up, and the seasoning just right.
Man, is your spirit still eating pork?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Without fail. And unfortunately, the demands that my spirit will tell me, yet at the same time, I'm disobedient.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at the point of, one, being spiritually led, yet at the same time, that detour, as you have eloquently put that, the detour, the one that keeps me off the rat race wheel, lets me go. And now, because it's unfamiliar, I want to be running from that too?
Sure.
Okay. I've ran from bullets and battlefields and survived.
Mm-hmm.
And spiritually, he was speaking to me then. So how am I going to be dodging the bullets that are actually meant to heal me?
Whoa. The bullets are inverted in the psycho-spiritual space.
It's got to be, because there is absolutely no way that in trouble you find jewels. You ain't got to tell nobody how to celebrate. Any day that anything goes your way, and most of us in these relationships, I too, in the cigar lounge, even confessed it myself. The very fact that yes, you may have been in a good space, you may have wanted things to be the way that they were. But what about the spiritualness of that person who saw it within you? The reflection of you needing her own. And you were denying it because you were too selfish.
Keep going, brother. Keep going. See, because you've been there. I know you've been there.
Indeed.
And it might have been 13 years ago.
Yes, sir.
But you've been there.
Been
you had
there.
to go through it.
Done that.
And it transformed you.
With jewels.
And listen, a lot of jewels came from that transformation, right?
Yes, indeed.
So, is your lover truly distant? Or are you using them as a mirror for your own frozen heart?
My Lord. Don't make me run up out of here, sir.
Come on, man.
Come on. That's the truth. It is really the truth.
Come on.
It is really the truth, sir.
Listen, man. I'm not easy to be with.
Nope.
'Cause I'm a professional shadow irritator. I'm a shadow exorcist.
Come on.
I'm going to come through and I'm going to see everything.
The spiritual Brillo pad.
But I might not say nothing.
Indeed.
But you going to feel it in your spirit. Your spirit going to say, he know.
That part.
Has your spirit ever told you, he know.
That part.
Or, she knows, man.
Yes, sir.
Right? Brothers, you know she know.
Mm.
I'm that type of person. I'm the off-ramp. And I had to be broken down in order to transform myself into the off-ramp.
Yes, sir.
God said, you're supposed to help people get off the pattern.
Mm.
But the only way you can become the off-ramp, I got to break your pattern.
Indeed.
That's what happened. Which shadow of yours are you currently... I don't want to do this one. This is... Which shadow of yours are you currently punishing someone else for carrying?
See,
no, don't leave. Huh? When you rage at them, who are you really screaming at in the mirror?
My God.
Whose face do you actually see when you say, I love you? Your partner's or your parents? Oh, yeah, this is why clinicians they running it right now. They say, hey, go reparent yourself. Because your parent is Marshawn Lynch. They fumbled at the 2-yard line. Well, maybe Marshawn didn't fumble at the 2-yard line.
He didn't fumble at
He didn't. They threw the ball to somebody else.
No, it was that bad Super Bowl when they gave the bad call. And even Marshawn Lynch stood on the sidelines like, this joker here.
Yeah, that's right. They should have ran the ball to Marshawn instead of try to do a slant on the 1 yard. What kind? Pete Carroll, you owe Marshawn a Super Bowl. Why do you call trauma familiarity chemistry instead of naming it addiction? See, you can't get addicted to watch what I'm about to say.
Go ahead, sir.
You can't get addicted to the remedy. See, you used to wanting to stay. See, sometimes the remedy comes and heals the situation and going about his business.
Absolutely.
You see, you want it to stay.
Absolutely.
And you want to be in control of what is forced to stay. Which wound are you secretly reenacting every time you think you fall in love? Huh? My niece is on the phone. Get her in here. Attila from Houston, Texas. You're on the line. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Child, you done cooked, passed it to a crisp. What's going on, John? You okay over there? You got over there looking like one of them burnt wings that be in the back. You understand to be in the back, and the chef got to reach in there and like grab it.
All is well, beloved. All is well.
Good.
Listen, I don't have company often, so we got company tonight.
Hey.
So your thoughts? Well, tell me what you think.
Well, I actually have some questions for both of you.
All right.
Starting with a quote from some books that I have selected for y'all. So I'm going to start with Pastor John.
Yes, ma'am.
Pastor John, so your quote is, the empowered mindset creates a light that everyone can relate to, even if they can't duplicate it. People see it, and think, man, that person is special. There have been many great people, that have exuded this light. And what do? We sit back and we marvel, inspired at their light. Some of us may even envy it. But when it comes to cultivating the light within us, there's a reluctance. And then the trauma script comes in. So tell me, my question to you is, what has your trauma script looked like, and what are you doing to dismantle it in this time?
My God. The trauma script that I have been looking at for the past couple of years thus far has been the challenge to not control, but to allow God his proper reign.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't like going to work. Yes.
Come on.
I hate the ridiculousness of people, though I get paid entirely too well to quit. And as my ex-wife said to me, even before this show, you have done this for so long, for so many different people. I am so glad it is finally your turn.
Wow.
Ooh, that's powerful.
I could smoke a bag of that if I didn't smoke. This is good. Come on. Yes.
Theo, your question is coming. I do have one last question for you, Pastor John. Where do you think that quote is from?
The quote that you just quoted?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea, beloved.
You sit next to him. You're across from him. Theo, that's from the Shrouded Lighthouse. Get it, please.
Oh, wow.
That is, that's the self-authorship chapter that you wrote.
Chapter
Incredible
14.
book,
I wasn't even paying. I'm over here looking at this.
I bought 5 of those books, and that's the one book I have yet to read.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Come on, man. You better get it, dog.
No. I still got the one you signed.
That's
Trust
2021.
me. I got it. It's at the house. I will read it once I get back home.
All right. Listen, when we come forward, we're going to go back to Houston, Texas to get my niece's questions for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep it cooking.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You know he's down with us. D Square, he's down with us. Keyboard Money Mike is down with us. ICU, you know he's down with us. D Nice and Mick Boo, they're down with us. Miss Melody, she's down with us. Just Ice and DMX, they're down with us. My manager Mo, he's down with us. Castle D, boy, he's down with us. DJ Red Alert, he's down with us. RoboCop, boy, he's down with us. Making funky music is a must. I'm number one. People still taking rapping for a joke. A passing hope or a phase with the rope. Sometimes I choke and try to.
If you think that naming truth is an oversimplification, maybe you've gotten too comfortable complicating everything that should invite you to grow. And I've thought about how I wanted to respond to the people that say that my content is oversimplified. I refuse to reduce myself or my clients to struggle stories dressed in psychological language. Yes, identity matters, but so does your development. So does your ability to build capacity. So does your power to choose who you want to become. Here's what is scientific. Language drives perception, and when tools like therapy, boundaries, and emotional language are used as shields instead of skills, what we're calling healing, it actually becomes a behavior of avoidance, an avoidance that interrupts resilience, avoidance that delays development. We've oversimplified healing to the extent that it creates a distorted impression of what growth actually requires, and now fragility is mistaken for depth. Overprotection is mistaken for self-respect, and any challenge to those patterns is dismissed as harm. Mental health isn't about making the world softer for you. It's about becoming strong, grounded, and self-led enough to navigate the world as it is without losing yourself in it. So if my
Raquel, that's how you say her name. Raquel Hopkins is a part of the Avengers. They need to recast Storm or something. This is an Avenger level of science right here. She is dropping bombs. So many people want life to be easy and soft and all of this and that, but you're supposed to build resilience. Yes. Who's more resilient than God? When you discover God in you, you start to realize all the strength I've ever needed is beyond my comprehension, and it's always been in me. Nothing bothers me. Do you think things bother God? Well, wait a minute. We different than God, and we God with a little g. Not all languages have case letters. I know. I know. No one's ever told you that. Yeah. The original language the book was written in, it has no case letters.
That part.
So, yeah, the little g doesn't. Is that lost in translation?
Grab a concordance.
Jesus. But do you understand? She's out here saying, no. You're going to date the shadow. And dating the shadow is there. The purpose of it is to break up the pattern The reason why the shadow is attractive is because of the pattern, which is a type of beacon, a shadow beacon, that calls in the lesson.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for my niece, because I know she has a question for me.
See, what we not going to do. What we not going to do.
Hey, Zoe Williams, voice of reason. We got
his show.
I got a question.
Executive producer. Gonna have to take a chill pill.
You gonna answer my question first? Or
I'm going to answer your question, but I want you to process this one.
Man, you ain't right. Go ahead.
If your nervous system is a time machine, what year are you actually living in when you are in fight, freeze, or flight?
You asking me personally?
Yep.
I got an answer for that. I'm sorry.
Yep, you hold on to that.
Hold on, my 30. Hold on. I had to do some math. Give me a minute. Probably 2007. Freshman year of high school for me.
Love that.
Yeah, I was. When I tell you, like, okay, so me talking to you on the phone right now, you and John, is crazy. That is something I would have never done. And I could tell you why. I think I was more focused on making a mistake than I was on just being authentic, right? And I hadn't even discovered what that was. So would you say fight, flight, or freeze? Or
fight, freeze.
All of them.
Fawn, or flight. What year are you transported to? Ooh, if it's a time
2007. And it was crazy is when you get into a space where you are so fearful and so afraid and so angry that you don't really have an outlet, right? Depending on the situation. For me, I was a kid at that time. I was a teenager. So what I noticed is that I just kind of tend to like dissociate. And I think when you start coming back to yourself, you start picking up those pieces of like, oh, this is what I left in this time and this is what I left. So it's interesting with this self-individuation process because I feel like in a sense I'm having to rediscover me all over again. And discovering the parts that I want to leave and the parts that I want to keep, right? But that's what I would say for me. Now, my question for you.
All right.
I'm right here. What's happening?
So I have a lovely quote. I ain't going to tell you where it's from, but I know you're going to recognize it. So it says, the ignorant enjoy the sense objects under the influence of 3 modes of material nature, grossly unaware of the nature of the soul within. Only the eyes of knowledge can see the truth. So my question to you would be, when did you develop your eyes of truth, and what was that like for you?
When we come forward, I'm going to answer this question on the other side.
My album was raw because no one would ever think like I think and do what I do. I stole the show and then I leave without a clue. What do you think makes up a KRS? Concisive teaching or very clear speaking? Ridiculous bass, aggravating treble, rebel, renegade, must stay paid. Not by financial aid, but a rate of hits, causing me to take long trips. I'm the original teacher of this type of style, rocking off beat with a smile or a smirk or a chuckle. Yes, I'm not up to BDP posse, so I love to step in the jam and slam. I'm not Superman because anybody can.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Reverend Al Sharpton has filed a lawsuit against 2 construction firms and New York City over a deadly Legionnaires outbreak in Harlem.
Companies to not have assured and protected workers.
The suit accuses Rising Sun Construction and Skanska USA of negligence after cooling towers at Harlem Hospital tested positive for the bacteria. Court testimony reveals Anthony Big Juck Mills, Yo Gotti's brother, ordered the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph. Cornelius Smith confessed that Hernandez Govan hired him on Mim's behalf. Govan has pleaded not guilty. And former Los Angeles Fire Chief Kristen Crowley is suing the city, claiming Black Mayor Karen Bass orchestrated a campaign of retaliation after the deadly Palisades fire. The suit accuses Bass of using Crowley as a scapegoat and concealing budget cuts that undermine public safety. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
This season, San Diego is playing at home, and you are on the roster. Don't miss the Padres, Wave FC, San Diego FC, and the Blue Angels at the Miramar Air Show. Plan your trip now at sandiego.org/awesome all year. Funded in part with City of San Diego Tourism Marketing District Assessment Funds.
Hi, I'm Jesse Jackson Jr., inviting you to join me weekdays at 12 noon, right after Tavis Smiley, here on KBLA Talk 1580. As a law school graduate and a theologian with a firm grasp of our body politic given almost 2 decades in Congress, my show is the fresh new home of an authentic, uncompromised quest for transformation and salvation, both personal and collectively, as I vigorously interrogate the theological and symbolic meanings embedded in our society. I promise to leverage my knowledge of history, theology, and both international and domestic issues to imagine an inclusive vision for the future, which I hope will inspire all of us to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a given, not just an aspiration. So join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley for 2 hours of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for. For this free information, call 800-433-8909. 800-433-8909. That's 800-433-8909. Or simply visit godra.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
1 for the trouble, 2 for the time. Come on, y'all, let's rock that. All boys up, down.
This one's probably not going to sit well with some of you. At some point, therapy stopped being about healing and started feeling like rehearsal. You memorize your lines, hit your emotional beats, cry on cue, and the therapist applauds your self-awareness, like you just nailed a one-person show called Why I Am the Way I Am. But nothing actually changes. You're still ghosting your parents' calls. You're still rage texting your partner in lowercase paragraphs. You're still using trauma like a hall pass to skip accountability. And the worst part? No one stops you. Because modern therapy culture, today's culture in general, is so allergic to discomfort, it mistakes challenge for harm and truth for attack. Your therapist won't risk pushing back because God forbid you feel judged. So instead, they mirror your pain like it's sacred text. You get nods instead of nudges, validation instead of vision. And yeah, it feels good for a while. But now you're emotionally fluent and functionally stuck. You can name every wound, every trigger, every unmet childhood need, but you're still reenacting the same drama with new characters and calling it growth. You've got the shadow work lingo down, but you're still acting like everyone else is the problem. Carl Jung warned about this in Modern Man in Search of a Soul, how people would rather cling to their suffering than risk the unknown of who they'd be without it. Emotional awareness without disruption is just curated avoidance. You keep processing the same pain with better language and worse results. So no, you're not in therapy, you're in character.
Man, why does this is a cartoon? Cartoons are not supposed to be this intelligent. This is a cartoon therapist.
Lenny on fire, bro.
Dog man.
Lenny on fire, bro.
Is that his name, Lenny?
Yes, sir.
The dog's name is Lenny.
Yes, sir.
Christ. Nothing but fire. I can't argue a thing. But let me not waste any time. My niece has a question for me. I'm going to need her to say it again because I've forgotten everything she said before we've...
Hi.
Attila from Houston, Texas, you tell me, what is the question for me here? Now, I'm going to answer it, of course.
Do I need to re-quote what I quoted before?
All of it.
Or not?
Yes, all
Okay.
of it. Yes.
Okay. So I had said, when acquiring a new body, the soul obtains a particular mental framework and sense organs to help it enjoy correspondingly. The ignorant enjoy the sense objects under the influence of 3 modes of material nature, grossly unaware of the nature of the soul within. Only the eyes of knowledge can see the truth. So my question was...
Wait, before you ask the question, who is that? Paramahansa Yogananda, Sri Yukteswar, Sai Baba? Who is that?
You were very close. It's the Bhagavad Gita.
It sounded familiar. I was like, I've read that before.
Yes, you have. Yes, sir.
The Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
The story of Krishna and Arjuna. I love it. Yes, finish. Ask your question.
So my question is, when did your eyes open to the knowledge, or how do I say this? How did you discern or determine that you had eyes of knowledge that see the truth? And how was that developed for you, like, in your journey?
Oh, man. It happened early. But I, like everyone else, was resistant to the sight. I didn't like the sight. It made me strange. It made me different. It kind of alienated me. And so I did things that made me cool. I played hoop. I was really good at basketball. I played I rapped. I made rap records, and and I was really funny. I was funny in the comedic sense of how a lot of comedians have been through a lot, and then they internalize that pain, and they use comedy to kind of get through their own stuff, right? When you look at people like Richard Pryor, you know, like he went through hell as a kid. For me, I realized, not even knowing about Richard Pryor growing up really, I realized like, okay, because back then, you know, adult stuff was for adults really. But I realized, you know, making people laugh, you know, kind of took the pressure off of me having to show up, you know, having to kind of be present. But I think the real like switch shift when I was around 35, that's when the light just said, here we go. We're in another space. And I knew I had to do something different. I knew I had to recontextualize my life by shedding all of, you know, the accoutrement, you know, how I dress, how I show up, you know, my car, you know, where I work, oh, Madonna, you know, all of that kind of stuff. I had to kind of shed all of that. And that was a very daunting process. And I don't believe it's over.
Oof. Speak on it.
What, you thought I was going to shy? You thought I was going to run from your questions? Huh?
No.
What you want?
I knew you were going to answer it exactly how you was going to answer it because I know my Tio. And this is why we listen to you, period.
Okay. All right.
Y'all hear that self-reflection? Do y'all hear that? Y'all hear that vulnerability? Huh? Y'all hear that accountability? Huh? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Now answer my question.
Yes, sir.
Well, she already did, though. You did a damn good job answering my question. And I don't like it because it happened too fast. But that's okay.
I learned from the best, though, right? I've been training in the dojo with you. How you going to be mad at me?
No, I love these kind of conversations, and I'm glad, like, we're making it a little bit playful because a lot of people are afraid to, like, lean in.
For sure.
You know, leaning in is like, no. You know, being open and revealing and sharing, that's a frightening thing for a lot of people. And I just want to say I thank you, niece. I appreciate you, niece. Thank you for that out of the blue question. We're going to talk about it later. Thank for that out of the blue. Hey,
I'm in trouble, y'all.
Hey, guess what you just did, Attila?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is on the board. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We are on complete fire tonight. Oh, I got to shout out KRS-One. It's his birthday today. This is why my co-host is my playlist. KRS-One is one of the greatest MCs of all time. And I know a lot of youngsters probably don't remember. He doesn't have the same impact that he had when I was growing up. KRS-One, KRS-One. Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. That's what his name represents. It's an acronym from New York, one of the greatest ever, an amalgamation in terms of styles and development of Melly Mel and Kool Moe Dee.
Yes, sir.
The lyricism, the wordplay, right? And then Melly Mel, the poetry, the social injustice, and the social piece. KRS-One, one of the dopest ever. That's why we're nodding to him today.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and puff.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You got a dope beat. We got a dope beat. Dope beat. You got a dope beat. I got a dope beat. We got a dope beat. My name is at the top of all of those that mix. Alternate poetry into cash for 87. Some did it, got paid. Some jams were never played. But I am just a poet who watched the whole parade go by. And why? Cause they wasn't fly. Others claim to be fresh, but they're not KRS. I cannot walk around the street with my head in the clouds, either running on my gear or having colors too loud. Everything must coincide with the way I feel. And by the way, it's Scotland Rock on the wheels of steel. So I take one step to adjust the mic. I get around the whole city, so I do it nice.
So projection is when a human being has something in here that I don't like about myself. I am going to shift this bad thing about me because my ego can't handle that I am this way. So what my ego ends up doing is I take this negativity in me and then I shift it around to someone else. So our ego, in order to move in any direction, suppresses particular things. And then it has to get rid of it. So I've learned to hate homosexuality within myself. And then what pisses me off? When I see someone else who's gay, who's living their best life. I learned that this was the most terrible thing. The only way I could function was to demonize it so much. And now I see you being happy with the person you are. I want y'all to think for a moment about how hard that is for me to sit with. I lopped off my own arm, and here you are waving at me with two hands. Impossible to deal with cognitively. So then what happens is I take the self-hatred and I project it out towards this person.
Wow. Are you dating your psycho-spiritual doppelganger? I'm very interested to know this. I want you to do some self-investigation. Why are you attracted to them? Why are you vibrationally aligned? Because many of us can be vibrationally aligned with toxic folk. But it's easy for us to say, they're toxic. How did I get here?
That part.
Somebody was in the chat earlier. So I attracted this. Listen. It's not, let me go back. You guys know I love doing this work. David R. Hawkins, right? He was a psychiatrist, and and what was amazing about Mr. Hawkins is he created something called the map of consciousness. And the map of consciousness dealt with these vibratory states of consciousness, right? And he based it off of the science of kinesiology. He was like, in the presence of truth, the body gets strong. Right? Like he had all types of little experiments where toddlers were pushing over muscle-bound guys. And, this guy was pretty deep.
Wow.
He became a metaphysician and a spiritualist, of course, based on, like I said, kinesiology. He says, in the presence of lies, the body gets weak.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes even further and talks about how lies will bring in illness. Damn what you eating. You done ate a lie burger. Okay, so the person was like, so did I attract an abusive person that harmed me, that hurt me, that did that? Listen, we look at the action, right, and say, wow, that was terrible. And in fact, it is.
True.
It's reprehensible, right? Get out of here with that kind of behavior. A brother, whoever did that to that woman, 100% agree with her.
Mm-hmm.
What we fail to realize is what you do to yourself could be on the same vibrational level of what the person does to you.
Come on.
Might not be the same action. It is the vibration here. So look, he said, guess what? Humanity as a whole, the bottom of the chart starts at shame, which is 20. Shame, humiliation, miserable, despising, elimination. These are the processes: the log, emotional state, view of life, God view, and process. At the shame level, God is despising. Okay. Said human beings on planet Earth, about 99% of us are vibrating at fear, anxiety, frightening, punitive, withdrawal. Withdrawal is avoidance.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst type of avoidance is self-avoidance. So what God said, I'm going to set up relationship to be a holographic mirror. Your whole story, holograph, hollow, whole, grapha, gramma, writing, whole writing, the whole writing of your psycho-spiritual journey is going to come with you into your relationships, even though you're putting your best foot forward behind a mask. And the person that you vibrate with will be a frequency match to the mess you suppress.
My God.
So, shame, then it moves up to guilt. Guilt is 30. Blame, evil, vindictive, destruction. That's guilt. I wish I had a better mother. Real mothers don't show up the way you did or the way you didn't. See? Blame, view of life, evil. This is a terrible place. Everything happens to me. And get back. God view, vindictive. The process, destruction. Because life ain't doing nothing for me anyway. Guilt. Then apathy, despair, hopeless, condemning, abdication. Now, here's the cold part. apathy is better than shame and guilt because it's a higher level of consciousness. Come on, man. Come on. And then imagine having to traverse these levels of consciousness. Whoo, we getting out of apathy. We done rolled into grief.
Wow.
Emotional state, regret. View of life, tragic. God view, disdainful. Process, despondency. The only time it gets to a point of balance where it kind of makes a little sense is right here, courage. And many of us lack the courage to stop avoiding ourselves.
I thought it was pride before that, though.
No, pride is underneath courage.
That part.
Right? So these are the levels here. Shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear. I'm going up the scale.
Right.
Right? Desire.
Uh-huh.
Anger.
Uh-huh.
Pride.
Boom.
Then you get to courage, which is the balance point. That's your C. That's your C grade. Courage.
Mercy.
Emotional state. Affirmation. View of life. Feasible. God view. Permitting. Process. Empowerment. Now, what's deep about him, he's got a whole book that lists the words we use that have low vibration versus words that can be used that accelerate vibration. People, I'm challenged. That's better than I'm defeated. You hear people say, I feel defeated. He's saying, by speaking it into existence, there's a vibrational match coming to you to confirm it. Are we?
And now you know.
And the highest, of course, he has three people at the highest level. Jesus, Buddha, and Krishna.
Right.
And that is enlightenment, 700 to 1,000. Predominant emotional state, ineffable. You know what ineffable means, right?
Unshakable.
No words. It can't be put into words. The view of life is. God view, self with a capital S, because he makes a distinction between your egoic self, which is small s, and the self, which is uppercase. Come on, Christians. Now, process, pure consciousness. Listen, if you don't get into this individuation work, if you don't really want to do it, God's just going to put you in a relationship. Listen, I'm the voice of reason. I start the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. You ain't got to agree, but you do have to think. I'll holler at you tomorrow on my Friday.
And due to the fact that no one outside there knew what time it was, we have to tell you a little story about where we come from. South Bronx, the South Bronx. 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 Many people tell me this style is terrific. It is kind of different, but let's get specific. KRS-One specialized in music. I'll only use this type of style when I choose it.